still up. All right, so I don't think the 7 mark actually lowers the water level. I think it just allows the tiles to lower it by a certain amount or something. Like a switch of some kind. We find as long as we stand still. I don't think there's another dungeon that's even as tedious as this or Babel Tower until the final one. I think I remember the final one being more like a maze. It can be pretty confusing to get through, but I don't know if it's as bad as I remember. It's been too long, but definitely top 3 dungeons that are bad in Xenogears. Babel Tower, this place, and maybe there's a contention to be made for the final one. But I don't know if it's as bad as I remember. It's probably bad for like a first-time player or something. Anything on the wall, buttons on both sides, control the... Yeah, I got it. There's a button with 7 marks on it. Push it. So this lowers it, but it doesn't tell me by how much is the thing. And it said it won't go any lower, but it doesn't affect like outside, which is weird. Okay, looks like the water won't go any lower. I have to like raise it again. But like, what would that do for outside is the thing. I don't think it would do all that much. Okay, yeah, the water level is like as low as it can go right now. Okay, wait, let me try doing this. Yeah, so that time it did a lot less. So, okay, I think I get it. I think I understand. This basically turns the water level to 7, and then, I don't know what number it's before 7, but it's less. So maybe if I push this, and then use this, it'll completely go down? Maybe. Can it go any lower? Looks like the water level won't. Maybe I have to hit this again. Because if I hit this again, it'll turn to a different number. No, never mind. It can't go any lower. Step on it. So that gets it to 7 because I hit the button. So let me reset this to 3. Or whatever number it is. No, that just made it 7. Okay, reset. Open the door, Faye? Drain this first. Then hit this. What if I add this? Is that gonna make any difference? Maybe. This is the most complex water control you can ever have. Wait. No, it gets as low as it can possibly go. Am I good now, though? Because I tried going outside and it didn't work. There's a button with 7 marks on it. Push it. And I lower this anymore. It doesn't say it'll lower anymore. Here's what we're gonna do. Take another trip outside and see if anything's changed. Whee! That's fine. I want to leave here anyway. The water's still up. That's not a door. I didn't think so. So I need to do something here specific. But if it's as low as it can go, there's not really much I can do. Unless I... It's hard to explain, but like I need to... I think I need to get this to a certain point and then lower it. Maybe it can go even lower. Maybe it just can't go lower in general and there's just something else I have to do for the other part. What if I add more water? Add more water. That's probably as high as it's gonna go. Looks like the water level won't go any higher. Use the 7 mark again. Push it, maybe? And do this. Yeah, it's not gonna go any lower, no matter what I do. No matter what I do, it's not gonna go any lower. So, like... I'm actually wondering if filling it with water is what I want. Because maybe if I fill it with water, then the water outside goes away. Maybe I'm, like, bringing that water over here. I don't think the game made it super clear, like, how this connects with the outside, other than the fact that it's, like, draining water. So, I mean, that's an idea we can try doing. Big rock. I'll come back for you, probably, if you're mandatory. No, this water is still here. What am I doing wrong? I don't understand what I can do differently here. I don't understand this stupid water control thing. What's this? There's a button with 7 marks on it. Yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious. I'm trying to read this. Do I want to hear the answer? Just tell me the answer if you know it, because this is really frustrating. This is like the second worst dungeon in all of Xenogears. Writing on the wall. The water is full at 10. So it starts at 10. That's gotta be 3. Then if I lower it by 7, that's to 0. But like, this is as low as it can go, but the problem is it doesn't go any lower than that, or maybe it doesn't. The game's straight up... The game says here it can't go any lower. But if it can go lower, then the game is lying to me. The worst one's Babel Tower, by far. Not by far, but it's Babel Tower. I think Babel Tower is worse than this place. Open. Probably what's stopping this one from being the worst is it's not very long. Push. Oh, no, I was supposed to, I think I was supposed to, wait, add 3 twice. No, it won't go any higher. So annoying. Lower by 7. Pushing that does reset, right? That is how that works. Or maybe it's not. Maybe that's where I was getting confused. Maybe once I lower it with the 7 or increase it by 7, it just resets on its own. Maybe that's what I was getting confused by. Push. Let's try this. Does it reset if I do this? No, it doesn't at all. So how do I add 3? Because I hit this and the same thing happened. There's up. I hate this game. That was the problem. I didn't see the stupid 3 button. This sucks. Shut up. Come on, shut up. Alright, that's maybe partially on me, but also, like, really dumb. So I could totally figure this out. I just didn't see the 3 button there. That was dumb. I wish I was reading right now. Straight up. I want to be reading more dialogue and get to what Xenogears is known for. The incredible story and lore. There's a reason why Xenogears isn't like my all-time favorite PS1 game. It's because the gameplay isn't bad, but it has more than enough frustrating segments compared to like all my other favorites. I mean, it's still like number 5, number 6 at the worst, which is still really good, but most of that is carried by the story and lore and the characters. Like, a lot of it. And we lower by 7 again. And I'm supposed to add 3. For some reason. I don't understand how this makes the water outside go down, by the way. That doesn't really make sense to me. But whatever. Anyway, it's the reason why Xenogears is still really good, but like I really love the story and the characters and the lore, like a lot. And that's like kind of carrying the game. And the gameplay is, like, pretty good. Like, combat is pretty good. Like, there are way too many, like, dungeons that aren't the best. They're not the best gaming experience. Alright, push, push. There you go. Probably a shortcut if I had to guess. Receive the beastly robe. I mean, still, Xenogears manages to crack, like, basically a top 5 PS1 RPG. Although, I think I like Valkyrie Profile more than this game, because that game is hella fun. And that game is mostly carried by its gameplay, even though the story with the A ending is really good, and I still really adore Lenneth as a protagonist, but that game is super fun, so I might even put Valkyrie Profile just barely above this game. What did I just get? Beastly Robe? Probably for Maria, maybe. Don't think about it logically? Yeah, that's stupid. That was annoying. I mean, I'll kind of take the blame. I didn't see the stupid 3 switch, but even then, that was needlessly convoluted. For literally no reason. And also, I feel like this is a good time to talk about it. I feel like that's another reason why a lot of people were saying this as well, and I think I kind of agree. That's another reason why I don't think it's like the worst thing ever that Xenogears took the Disc 2 approach, because if Disc 2 was as long as Disc 1, it would probably like make me maybe not hate the game, but it would definitely, I would not love the game as much if there were more annoying dungeons. Which is something else I was thinking about. Don't get me wrong, I wanted Disc 2 to be realized, fully realized, but at the same time, like, gameplay was clearly not Xenogears' strong suit. And by gameplay, I don't mean the combat, I mean, like, basically most of the time you're actually, like, playing the game. Another Ether Doubler. Basically, like, anytime you're actually playing the game. The combat itself is, like, fine. It's pretty fun with, like, the depth blows, but it's clearly nothing special. It's, like, you know, not the focus. But, I can imagine if there was more gameplay in Disc 2, it would actually make me, like, be more negative on the game. Alright. We're finally through that. That was really frustrating. The stars, no. Alright, cool. Let's go. Oh, combat. Some actual combat. They're small fries, so I get the O code. Yeah, Xenogears is like a remake or remaster away from being like perfection. Because a lot of my issues with the game are lack of polish. And some of the dungeons aren't that fun. Mostly Babel Tower in this place. Which I don't think it has like a fancy name. I think it's just called Anima Relic Dungeon, Anima Dungeon 2. Xenogears is still a really good game. It's still like one of my favorites, mostly for its story and lore and characters, because it has a really, it does really make up in that department. I really love the story and the lore of this game. So it does make up for it. Fun. Would you rather have a fully realized Disc 2, but it's all water and riddle puzzles, or current Disc 2? Current Disc 2. One of the reasons why I don't mind current Disc 2 is because the story and the lore is already the focus of Xenogears. So, and I feel like it gets the point across, even though it would have been nice to, like, play through some sections and not have the game narrate so much. Don't get me wrong, Disc 2 has issues. But, I think at the end of the day, I think the Disc 2 they went with is actually for the best. Knowing the kind of game we have here. I just realized the gears are all matching. Weltul, Saibzin, and Remazuo all have the same color. Can I open this door or not? What is happening? I get off my gear, it's gonna be like, hey, you have to fight some gear-sized enemies, so we're not gonna have you do that. I was turning the camera and I got an encounter. I didn't think that could actually happen. And I want to play Valkyrie Profile now, after talking about it and being like, yeah, I think I like this game. I think I like this game a little bit less than Valkyrie Profile. Just because Valkyrie Profile is so fun. It's such a good game. That's actually one of the few exceptions where, like, I like the gameplay the most in that game, but everything else about it is, like, good. But, like, the gameplay hard carries it.